Everyone, and welcome to this video where we're going to be playing Ironsworn using the ogre. So let's get right into it. For our main character, his name is going to be Bastien. He is going to be a warrior, which means that I'm going to set Iron 2 plus 3. Then we have plus 2 heart, plus 2 wits, and finally only 1 edge and 1 shadow. Okay, so we're going to be starting in this village right here called Diamondbrook. By the way, I made a previous video creating the map, the setting, everything for this particular game. You can watch it on the channel. But you don't really need to, you can just dive right in to the adventure. Okay, for the assets, I envisioned that this character, Bastien, he came to the Ironlands from the old world. As you know, that's something that's within the mythology or the setting of Ironsworn. But basically, what it means is he comes from another continent, which we are going to be referring to as the Old World. He used to be a soldier there, so he gets the veteran asset, and he's pretty good with a shield, so he gets the shield better asset. Okay, and finally, he came here looking for gold. He's sort of a mercenary, so he gets the Fortune Hunter asset, which gives us the wealth track, which you can see right here on our character sheet. Okay, and for his personality, I gave him 3 traits. One is ambitious, another one is greedy, which I think fits with his mercenary personality, and since he's a soldier, he's also brave. Okay, and we're going to start playing right now. His main vow, I'm going to say, since this is sort of a mercenary, what he really wants is to become powerful or wealthy and powerful. Yes, let's say that. Wealthy and powerful. And I think maybe what we could do is I don't know. We will explore this as we play. This is the background bow, but we could tie it somehow to his wealth. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Perhaps convert wealth to progress this. I don't know. I really like those OSR books where they say that your warrior can build a fortress or something like that. Maybe we can try that if we get that far along in this adventure. Okay. Through various videos. I'm not gonna do it in the first video, of course, but we'll see. Okay, let's see what we have. So this is the settlement of Diamondbrook. Diamondbrook. Okay, so our character just arrived here on a ship, and he's looking for work basically. Okay, maybe he's been here a couple days, getting the lay of the place. So what we have is prosperity is modest, and population is sleepy. They're looking to construct dye works. Okay, and there's a sinkhole revealing a hidden catacomb, so that's the trouble. But maybe that's not something we need to get involved on. Okay, we have these leaders. This leader is a merchant. Something I kind of envision is we could explore this map by joining a merchant caravan, perhaps as a guard. I think that could be interesting. And I think that perhaps what we could do is, let's make a gather information move here in this settlement. Okay, so we go to our moves, and I'm going to look up gather information. Okay, it's an adventure move. When you search an area, ask questions. I think that's kind of what we're going to be doing here. So maybe perhaps we approach a tavern here in this settlement, and we're kind of trying to figure out if we can get some work. Let's roll plus wits and see what we get. Okay, so we roll plus wits, and it's a weak hit. Alright, on a weak hit, the information complicates your quest or introduces a new danger. Envision where you discover, ask the oracle if unsure, and take +1 momentum. Okay, so first thing, we take +1 momentum, and our quest is really to find work. Not really a quest, I'm just trying to find work here. Okay, so I think we get an introduction to a character, but there's a complication. It doesn't really make sense to me that there should be a complication. Perhaps we roll on the oracles. I'm going to be rolling on the action and theme, okay? So arrive, a leader. So a leader arrives. That's the complication. A leader arrives to the settlement, or the leader of the settlement arrives. Oh, that's good. The leader of the settlement, which is a merchant by the way, arrives to the tavern. That's good. Okay, we're gonna roll with that. So uh, while we're asking around in the tavern, uh, this Adara Caradoc, the leader of the settlement, enters the tavern. Since it was a weak hit, sorry. Let's say that the first impression that we make on her is not that good. Uh, so she sees us asking around in the tavern like we don't really belong there. But since we kind of look like we know how to handle ourselves in a fight, uh, she get past that first bad impression. Okay, and we get to talk with this character. All right, and since we did the gather information roll and it was a weak hit, I think let's say that we are talking with her. Okay, so we get to see her disposition, which is friendly, and we also get to see the current task that this character has, and it's locating a long lost cache of valuable treasures and artifacts. Okay, this doesn't look like something that they would just tell us since we just met. So what we could do is, since this is a merchant, let's say that she has a caravan, or let's make it more interesting, she has a ship that's going to be sailing upriver to trade with another settlement that's deeper into these unknown lands, or at least unknown to us. And she's looking for experienced warriors or soldiers to help her escort that caravan. Okay, and what we're going to do is, okay, first thing, okay, we accept that quest. Okay, so let's create a new vow, and let's going to use the swear, right? Swear an iron vow. Okay, when you swear upon iron to complete a quest, write your vow and give the quest a rank. And roll plus hard to make this vow to a person or community with whom you share. Okay. Okay, so we roll plus hard. And our vow is to Adara, and it's that we are going to escort her ship to safety. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Protect ship. Okay, protect ship. And the rank, troublesome, no, dangerous. I think dangerous. That's 2. Okay, I think yes. Since we're just getting started, let's say that the task is dangerous. Okay, or perhaps okay, formidable. We could okay. Let's do this. Every time we move a hex, I'm going to increase this, and once, and we'll see what happens on the way. But we could be increasing this as we move through the hexes. Okay, so each hex we protected, it's a success here, or increases this. All right, and okay, so we're going to roll plus heart and get a strong hit. On a strong hit, you are emboldened, and it is clear what you must do next. As the oracle is unsure, okay, we take plus 2 momentum. Take plus 2 momentum. All right, in this case, well, I think that it just means that the process of getting the ship ready and boarding the ship and all that is successful. Nothing bad happens, and since everything went kind of according to plan, we accrued 2 momentum. Okay, and I'm going to add this character here to bonds. Well, no, let's not do that. Okay, I was thinking about Starforge. That doesn't work that way in Ironsworn. I'm not going to mix rule sets here. Okay, let's just keep in mind that we're working for her, and we can add that. Let's add this here, or we could just use the journal. Okay, so let's say I am under contract. Remember that we are mercenaries, so we're doing this for work. Okay, I am under contract with, and I'm going to drag this character here with a direct character to escort her ship to a settlement. Okay. Yes, that way we're going to remember what we're doing. Okay, I'm going to close this, and now let's create a ship. That's I'm going to make it as if it was as if it belonged to our character for the purposes of revealing the hexes as we move. Okay, so let's say the ship is the sea serpent, or perhaps river serpent, because we're gonna really be trading. We're gonna be traveling on the river. Okay, and sailing ships. And I think something like this fits more with Ironsworn. Okay, a long boat or a long ship. Okay, let's pick this one. And for the background, I really like dark color, so I'm going to use this one. Okay, so this is the river serpent, and okay, and I'm gonna drop it. I'm gonna drop it here. Okay, and okay, this hex, and we're going to be moving as the ship as we progress each hex. Okay, so we will be able to roll either from this character sheet, from the ship, or from the character. It's really the same thing. Okay. All right. So our task is protect the ship. I already placed it on this hex, so let's just start from there. Okay. Okay. So as we move out from the from the settlement, we arrive on this hex, and we're going to be making the moves are going to be sorry, travel or journey. I think journey, undertake a journey. Okay, we're going to be doing undertake a journey moves through this river, and since our task is to protect the ship until it gets to where it's going, to a settlement, I'm going to use the track for this vow to advance the journey. Okay, so we have a formidable one progress per waypoint. All right, I'm going to do kind of a mix between using this for the journey and also for advancing the quest. Okay, and one thing I'm going to do before we continue is I'm going to create a character who is going to be kinda the person who is leading this expedition, which is not us. We're just here to guard it. Okay, and I'm going to do that from the game browser, and I'm going to add our ship here to the map. Okay, so the river serpent, and I'm going to add a character here. Okay, it's going to be a merchant also. I'm going to roll a couple times here to see what we get. Humble, patient. Okay, so this is going to be the person who is in charge of the expedition. Okay, so we accept, and it's this guy Rowan Maylis. Okay, so we close. He's stubborn, he's impatient, and so we just got on board of his ship. We can know his disposition. He's suspicious. Okay, this is a suspicious person. All right, perfect. Okay, so let's close this. Oh no, let's make the roll. We're gonna start moving. And for each segment of your journey, roll plus wits. If you're setting off from a community, okay, we don't have a bond there, so we roll plus wits. And since we are in charge of protecting the ship, I'm going to do the rolls myself for the journey. Okay, so we roll, and we get a weak hit. And on a weak hit, you reach a waypoint and mark progress, but suffer -1 supply. Alright, we reach here, so we mark progress, but we mark -2 supply. I'm going to remove the character token for the map. Okay, so we're going to be using only the ship. All right, so on a hit you reach a waypoint. So the waypoints, we mark this. We unmark progress, but suffer -1 supply. Okay, so we lose 1 supply. I'm going to use our supply track for the expedition. Basically just food and things like that. Okay, so we move again, and we're going to roll again with plus wits. All right, roll with wits, and we get another weak hit. So we get here, and again we suffer -1 supply, but we advance once more. Alright, I'm gonna do one more roll. Let's say we roll plus wits, and this time we take a miss. You are waylaid by a previous event. So let's say we do advance, but we don't progress the track. Okay, a previous event, and we must pay the price. So let's check on pay the price. The most obvious negative outcome. So let's envision this. We have been traveling for 3 hexes. So perhaps it's time to, and we are on a river, so perhaps it's time to take to rest, right? Maybe these people kinda go to the shore or to the banks of the river to park their longship. I don't really know what the word is. I'm gonna say park. So they put their longship to rest along the bank of the river, and they are preparing to rest. But then something happens, right? Make the most obvious negative outcome. So maybe we are ambushed. Now the question would be, what ambushes us? I think since it could be simply some sort of animal that ambushes us, and but I'm going to ask the oracle. Okay, so the question is it an animal that ambushes us? And I think it's likely, and it's yes. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a foe here that we're going to fight. Okay, so a new foe, and it's an animal, a type. Okay, human, monster, so it's a creature. And I want to make this quickly. I don't want to be this so focused on combat, or at least not spend that much time. So I'm going to make it troublesome. Okay, so we get these 4 creatures: the blood drifter, wolf, a dire boar. So let's say it's a boar. Okay. The boar, and we add it to the map. Let's make it a bit smaller because okay, so we are engaging this creature. So, and we can place our token here and zoom in even more. So let's say that as the crew is starting to prepare the camp, we hear some squealing and some sounds from the forest nearby, and we are about to enter the fray. Okay, so enter the fray. When you enter into combat, set the rank of each of your foes. In this case, it's just a single foe, and it's troublesome. Also, we are doing 2 harm because we have a sword, right? Sorry, we have an axe, and that's the kind of weapon that does twice the harm. Okay. Okay, so roll to determine who is in control. Okay, to determine who is in control, you're facing against your foe. Ambush. I don't think this is well. It was a miss, so perhaps it is an ambush. Okay, so we are ambushed, so to say. It's an animal, but it caught us by surprise. So I think ambush applies. So we're gonna roll plus wits, and we get a strong hit with a match. On a strong hit, take +2 momentum, and you have the initiative. Okay, so we take +2 momentum, and the match here. I think the obvious thing is simply that we managed to hit this creature. Yeah, we managed to hit it just as it's charging at us. We managed to perhaps like move aside, and the creature passes us, and we managed to swipe it with our axe. Okay, and I'm going to mark progress, but I'm not gonna do it with 2 harm because I think that's too much even for the match. So it's only gonna be 1. Okay, and then I'm going back to 2 harm. All right. Okay, so now let's pull up the combat moves here. Okay, so we have these moves: strike, turn the tide. Okay, so I think the logical thing is to strike, hit it while it's down, or at least hurt. Okay, so when you have initiative, which we do, an attack in close quarters, we roll plus iron. Okay, so we roll plus iron, and it's a strong hit. On a strong hit, you inflict plus 1 harm, and you retain the initiative. Okay, with this, we're pretty close to filling the progress track. So let's say that we managed to get our axe pretty much near his head, so it's something kind of critical. Okay, so right here we could try to end the fight. Let's say that we see that the creature is kind of reeling from the attack, and we want to go for the neck, kind of try to end it. So the end the roll fire when you make a move to take decisive action. Roll the channel, go to progress. Okay, strong hit. Okay, so we're going to be rolling on with the progress dice, and we ignore momentum. Okay, so we roll and we get a strong hit. Okay, on a strong hit, this foe is no longer in the fight. They are killed out of action, flee or surrender. I think in this case we simply kill the boar, right? And since this is a boar, I think it would make sense to try to resupply with the carcass of this creature. Alright, so I'm also going to do a resupply move here to try to get some meat for the rest of our journey. Okay, and in this case you hunt, forage or scavenge. I guess it's scavenge, you could say. We're scavenging the body of this creature, and we roll plus wits. And it's a weak hit. On a weak hit, take +2 supply, but suffer minus. Take up to 2 +2, but suffer -1 momentum. Okay, so we managed to take supply. We only take 1, but it takes longer than we anticipated, so we lose 1 momentum. We could say that maybe after it took so long that we didn't get to rest that much during the stop that we made here. Okay, so now let's continue with our adventure. Okay, remove this from the map. Okay, again, let's say that we embark, so I'm going to remove this the character token, and our ship. Okay, it's right here. Correct. Okay, so where were we? Yeah. We were using the undertake the journey. Okay, undertake a journey to represent our movement. All right, so let's roll again with plus wits. I think that once we reach the third progress track, maybe then we reach the settlement, and we also have to travel back, right? So we reach the settlement, we have to protect the merchant in the settlement, so all that could be part of this track. Okay, so I'm going to roll once more to see if we reach our destination here. So we roll plus wits, and it's a strong hit. On a strong hit, you reach a waypoint. If the waypoint is unknown to you, envision it, then choose one. You make good use of your resources, mark progress. You move at speed, mark progress, take plus momentum, but suffer -1 supply. Momentum is always good, so I'm going to do that. We take +1 momentum, we lose 1 supply, and we move to this hex. And I'm going to be revealing now I'm going to make this smaller so I can put it here. Okay, and we're going to place a settlement here. That's where we're going to trade. Okay, so right click and new location, settlement. Okay, another village, and let's just go with this one. Okay, or actually let's roll a couple times to see if we get less characters. We can always remove them, but okay, guess I'm just gonna have to remove them. Okay, accept. Okay. Okay, I like this one. Okay, Onyxstone and accept. Okay. Now, I don't like that it has so many characters in there. This is just gonna be a stop. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Onyxstone and I'm going to delete these characters. Okay. I'm just gonna leave the leader, which is Demetria. Demetria. And that's it, okay? So the leader is this person. Okay, I forgot to increase this. And since we're protecting this trade caravan, who this person here, Rowan, he's the one who's actually doing the. I'm going to open the map for the settlement, okay? So we have more space. Okay, so I'm going to be closing this. All right, so we arrive here at the settlement. Perhaps the river that's right down here off camera, so we don't see it on the map. And it's our character Bastien. I have to walk you through this banner here. What would be a good place to do the trade? Maybe what? Let's say this area right here. So we are here, and the other person here, Rowan, is also here. Okay, I'm gonna close this, and we are engaging with this person, the leader. All right, this is a good setup for the next part of our adventure. Okay, so since I'm only protecting this guy, I think that it's not my place or my character's place to do any rolls here really to see how it goes. So I'm simply going to use the yes and no oracle. Uh, we could take a look at the settlement. So affluent, population bustling, establish a herbalist, and there's a murder mystery. So nothing really that would affect us. Perhaps the murder mystery, but not really important, I think. So do the trade negotiations go without a hitch? I think let's say it's 50-50, okay? And it's yes. So we managed to we disembark from the ship. We go meet this Demetria character, who is the leader of this village, and we are here to trade. So Rowan takes the lead, and everything goes according to plan. He gets some, I don't know what they trade here, silver perhaps. So he gets some silver for the wares that they were carrying in the boat, okay, in the longship. Everything goes according to plan, and we're ready to head back, perhaps, or no? Perhaps I think we would stay here at least a day, right? I think that's what we would do. Let's see. Perhaps they have an inn here or somewhere we can stay, one of these buildings. And really, I'm just looking for an opportunity for something to happen in the settlement because I don't want to just head back, right? So our merchant friend and us, we go to this inn right here, and I'm going to do what would be appropriate. Sojourn. Let me see sojourn. I'm not sure. Since when you spend time in a community seeking assistance, okay, we could make this essentially we're resting here, or how about the resupply? I think we're not seeking assistance, but I think the soldier makes sense in this right now. Okay, so we're going to roll plus heart. If you share a bond, add +1. Okay, so the idea here is simply to gain more supplies since we're resting for the day. Okay, and we're going to roll plus heart, and we get a weak hit. On a weak hit, take +1. On a hit, you and your allies may each focus on one of your chosen recover actions, and roll plus heart again. If you share a bond, add +1. On a hit, take +2 more for an action, and we hit take +1 more. On a weak hit, choose one. Okay, so choose one, and clear a condition, recover. Plan or provision. Take a quest. We could provide aid to this community. Perhaps. I mean, we're going to be staying here for a day or two, and perhaps we could try. Let's see what's troubling this person. Okay, current task: Usurp a position of authority, and the long term control the ruler. Okay. No, that doesn't tell me anything. The murder mystery, but I think that that's probably gonna take long. So I'm just gonna take the +2 supply, okay? The +2 supply, and that's it for this part of the adventure, okay? And I'm going to mark one more progress, and we go back to the main map, okay? So we could continue, we could head back, but I think this was too easy. Perhaps we should keep going, right? Maybe we are supposed to make another stop upriver before heading back. Perhaps what we traded here, we could flip it upriver to get even more more silver back, or not us, but the guy who's leading this expedition. Okay, so we're going to keep moving, and I'm going to keep using the undertake a journey move. Okay, so we roll plus wits again, and it's a miss. It's a miss. Well, we haven't left the settlement yet, so let's say that it's something that happens as we are preparing to leave. Okay, so on a miss, you are waylaid by a previous event. Pay the price. So I'm going to head back. I'm going to head back to the map of the settlement because I really want something to happen here. So that's the way I'm going to envision it. So I'm going to open the oracles and let's see what happens. I'm going to use. Okay, so undertake a journey. On a miss, you are waylaid by a previous event and pay the price. Pay the price, make the most obvious outcome happen. What could we do? I think something of value is low. Okay, let's try this table. 51. 51. It causes a delay or puts you at a disadvantage. Okay, something happens here that causes a delay. Here's something with our ship, perhaps someone robs something from our ship. I like that. Okay, so someone steals something from our ship while we were resting here. Of course, or from a ship. Someone steals something. Okay, what do they steal? It would make sense that they steal some of the goods that we were going to trade upriver, and these goods. Let's say there was something not that large, something small, and we were focusing on defending the merchant because he's carrying the silver. So our main responsibility is protecting him, but we left something back on our ship. Perhaps some large goods, something like, I don't know. Let's see. I think if I remember correctly, okay, we have these goods here that we could use. Some silks, and the settlement, our settlement, Diamondbrook. I remember that one of the construct a dye works, so perhaps they trade in silk for some reason. And let's say that we were carrying some silks, right? So I'm going to add them here. We were carrying some silks, or the ship was carrying some silks, and they were stolen. Okay, so perhaps this was full and most of them were stolen, so we are back at 2. Okay, and that's how I'm going to interpret this. Now this happened in the settlement, so when these two head back to the ship, which let's say is down here, the crew tells them that someone came at night and stole part of the shipment. Okay, now we have to figure out what happened, and it's going to be somewhere in this village, but we have to find it. I think this is a good place to leave this adventure for now. We're going to do a second episode where the main focus is going to be recovering the goods. Okay, so it's going to be part of the same vow. We're going to keep increasing this. since that's part of protecting the ship and the everything that comes with the ship, including the goods that were going to be traded there. But that's going to be for the next episode. So thank you for watching. If you like this kind of content, please subscribe to the channel, leave a like, or just leave a comment below. It really helps me or motivates me to keep doing this. So I'll see you on the next episode, and do remember to check out the Ogre at ogurebtt.com if this is something you find interesting.